Right, welcome everyone. This is Agilos and I will be the host for this Kubernetes release meeting. We are in week 8 of the release cycle and today is Wednesday, the 28th of February. We are 1 week away from code freeze and we just had the alpha.3 release yesterday. Before we begin, please be aware that this is a Kubernetes community meeting. As such, it falls under the Kubernetes code of conduct, which basically boils down to please be excellent to each other. And also, please be aware that the meeting is being recorded and will be publicly posted on YouTube, so please be mindful about what you say. Thank you. That is all from me. I don't see any items in the agenda, so let's get started with the team updates. Let's go with enhancements. Mickey?
Hey folks, so we are currently tracking the yellow status for enhancements. Code freeze is coming up in about a week. We have our code freeze party scheduled for March 5th, which is the day before the freeze. The reason we're at yellow is because right now we still have a number of enhancements that our team needs to go through that were tracked for the enhancement freeze, but now need to be reviewed for the code freeze. We do already have 10 out of our enhancements tracked for code freeze, which is great. 33 are still at risk. Folks have plenty of time to get those PRs merged, so we're not too worried about that. And we're actively reaching out to the teams to make sure they're aware of the code freeze deadline.
Great, thank you. If you need any help with tracking everything down, please reach out. Any questions for enhancements?
Yeah, just a small thing. If folks think there's any way we can encourage folks to file early exceptions, maybe that's in like a message that we paste in the issues or however. Always good to keep in mind that filing a preempted exception is a good thing, and we should be reminding people of that.
Thanks, Grace. Any other questions? If not, let's move on to release signal. I don't see an update on the document. Is someone here from release signal?
Hi everyone, sorry for not updated document. I will do it right now. So our status today is red because there are several PRs about failing tests, even though the main issue, let me send a link, the main PR was merged today, but we should take a look if this test is still failing. So we have 3 important failing jobs, and status is red. And several flakes pretty serious because they're flaking for several times few days. Thank you.
How many of these issues are specifically related to the infrastructure problems we've been having with GCP and thus something we can't exactly fix ourselves?
Let me check. Just a moment. Maybe someone from CI team from release signal team is here and can also explain.
I think you are the only one here from release signal right now. No, I see Subhasmita has shown up.
So sorry, I did not know that my mic was not working. I was speaking from that. Okay, so to add on to Annalena, probably there's only one issue that also entails all of the failing tests into it. Mostly the umbrella GPU device plugin test is failing. That's related to the infra issue. That has been tracked and a PR is on the way. When that gets merged, we should be all green. Other than that, there was another issue for which a PR has been merged and that has been solved. So yeah, mostly that only one issue is a PR blocker, release blocker for the beta release, which should be resolved before that.
That's the one that's waiting on SIG cloud providers, right? And they have a lot of unresponsive contributors. Okay. Somebody where that is being chased down. Somebody is going to their meeting right now about it. Yeah,
and for the other updates, we have also sent could remind us for a freeze upcoming to all of the issues and the PRs that we are tracking in our bug triage board. So that should be all good now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions for release signal? If not, on to docs with Princess.
Hi everyone. So the updates from the docs team, out of the 66 enhancements, 65 have been able to create placeholder PRs, and Drew is going to follow up with the SIG instrumentation leadership to
to get up that last placeholder PR that we're waiting on.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can now. Your mic dropped briefly.
Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry. So out of the 66, 65 have been able to raise placeholder PRs. Huge celebration for us. And also, the only SIG that's left out is SIG instrumentation. So Drew is going to be reaching out to them today. And then we're also in the process of adding documentation edits to the tracking board, so that we can incorporate them in future deadline reminders. Aside that, we've been doing our bi-weekly branch syncs, and that has been going smoothly. And finally, we're going to be preparing to send out messages for the next docs deadline. Our status is green, and that's the updates from the docs team.
Great, thanks a lot, and good work with following up on the PR placeholder deadline. This used to be a problem in the past. Any questions for docs? If not, let's move on to release notes. Nina?
Yep, so our status is green. Alpha 2 has merged, and we will begin working on Alpha 3 on Friday or after the branch creation. Some other updates is we're currently also in the process of working to make improvements to the handbook. So some general things like updating the URLs to make them more up to date with the recent edits, and adding more details to the handbook, such as details on like the YAML formatting, like examples, what to look for points, and improving the summary of like what work we're currently doing to add GitHub Actions and expand the AI NLP section.
Excellent, thanks a lot. Any questions for release notes? Okay, on the comms with Amit.
Currently, the comms status is green. We recently finished getting feedback from all the KEP owners for feature blog opt-ins. On the 26, 2 were pending, which we finally received, and the remaining have been updated to opted out. We now have a total of 17 feature blog placeholders, and we are currently in progress for our mid-cycle blog outreach to all our KEP owners. These are only for the major changes for release 1.30, and do not have any deprecations for the mid-cycle release blog. We are currently in progress with our draft, and hopefully by the end of this week, we get all the KEP owners' reviews and are able to complete our intermediate reviews for mid-cycle blogs.
Great, thank you. Any questions for comms? Okay, on to release branch management. Mark, how are things?
Things are good. We cut the Alpha 3 release yesterday, and I think the next action item for release branch management is preparing the PR for code freeze. So we'll get that lined up so that can go in next week.
Excellent, thank you. Any questions for Mark? Okay, if not, on to Grace.
Hi, folks. We have a retro right after this. link for the retros should be either in your calendar or at the top of this meeting agenda. But you can still have time to add to it if you want to add anything to it. Specifically, the what went well. This release is empty. Well, not empty. Kind of empty. And if you think there's something we're doing well, please add. If you think there's something we could do better, please add. But yeah, I will see you all there after this. And the other thing is, I will send out a mid-cycle shadow survey soon, and I'll also be checking in with team leads about how your shadows are doing. So keep an eye out for that.
Awesome. Thank you, Grace. Any questions for Grace? If not, on to our release lead, Kat.
Hello, folks. So I sent out an email earlier today about the state of the release that tells people generally what's going on in each of the sub-teams that have big deadlines coming up or have had big deadlines recently, that included dates and times of upcoming important deadlines like code freeze next week. But I would also like to remind all of y'all that if you are going to miss like subsequent meetings, or if you need to take a step back for a couple of days because of like personal circumstances or work circumstances, you are always able to do that, and it won't like affect your status on the release team or anything. You do need to communicate it so that we can adjust and reassign work appropriately. There are standards for what we consider to be an activity, and it's generally 48 hours without responding to outreach from your sub-team lead or from me or from one of the release lead shadows during off-peak times, and 24 hours during whatever is considered peak time for your team. So just do keep that in mind. It is always, always, always okay to step back if you need to. Just don't do it silently, please. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kat. Any questions? Okay, and I also see a green update from SIG scalability. The issues in the past have been, okay, they are not a scalability issue, that's good. All right, and that concludes the meeting. Is there anything anyone would like to bring up before we stop the recording?
Yes, I just wanted to add that as we discussed with Kat and Grace, we decided to move the code freeze to about 6 hours later, so that it could be around 9 a.m. for people in Central European time zone that I'm in, and also Kat could be there, also might be Grace. So that was just one update. I will send the information on the channels as well.
Great, thanks, Mohammed. Anyone else? Okay, let me stop the recording.